Meteorologist Danielle Noyes here for the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network with your weekend insights. Hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. Here's how the weekend's shaping up. Snow exits early Saturday. Matt talked about that in the 24-hour forecast. It's a fluffier consistency. Most of it falls overnight into early Saturday morning, and it's quiet for most of the weekend. But the next disturbance comes in late Sunday evening and night, lasts into Monday. It'll be cold enough for a wintry mix for some of us, particularly through the interior. And we do get briefly milder with this system. We'll talk more about it before the blustery and colder weather returns for Tuesday. So as we've talked about in pattern predictions in the monthly forecast, the brief mild shots that we get are replaced quickly with the cold air coming back. A reminder, you have a few more days to take advantage of our special promo code at snowsports.onedegreeoutside.com. If you love winter weather, the snow, snowmobiling, snowboarding and skiing, we've got all New England resorts, snowmobile clubs, lift hole potential, snow forecast, the wind chill, and our discussions 2 times a week. It is the only winter weather forecast you need. Check it out. It's part of our membership levels, 4 levels to choose from. Membership.onedegreeoutside.com. All the details there and something for everybody. All right, atmospheric energy, drivers of our weather, right? The oranges, the purples, and we've got some that's departing across the Northeast. The central United States is quiet for now, and more storminess that is continuing to hammer from the Pacific Northwest down through California. This disturbance will dive into the northern plains and the Midwest for Saturday into Sunday, and then little pieces of energy start to come over us, but not until Sunday evening, and then the whole thing will swing through the Great Lakes and into New England Sunday night into Monday before colder air comes in behind it, and still some pieces of energy rotating on the back side of it. The wind kicks up, it's blustery, and there will be some snow showers as we head into Monday night and Tuesday upslope that will continue as well. I do want to show you the 850 temperatures. That's the temperature about 6,000 feet because it's cold across the Northeast to start the weekend. But watch what happens. The red line indicating the freezing line, so at the mid-levels of the atmosphere, we start to see a relatively mild push of air that comes in by Sunday night. And notice during the course of the day on Sunday, we get a little bit of relatively milder air comes in. That does mean that as that next round comes in, we start as a brief wintry mix through the interior, and then it is a milder scenario. We may get some sleet that mixes in, and then it's generally mild across much of the region before, look at that, the cold snaps right back in as we head into Monday night and Tuesday. So if you're doing traveling, coming back from holiday here, we're talking about a relatively quiet country over the course of Saturday, some intermountain snow in the west. That will develop into a storm center over the Great Lakes with snow on the backside of it from the upper Midwest stretching down into the central plains, rain out ahead of it, a little mix in between. That's the system that heads in our direction for Sunday night into Monday. Again, some blue, some pink, and green on the map, depending on where you are across the Northeast. And as the cold air snaps on the backside of this, there'll probably be some blizzard-like conditions in portions of the Great Lakes as we head into Sunday and Monday timeframe as the cold air comes back in too. Look at high temperatures only in the single digits and teens. That's without the wind factored in. Northern plains, Midwest, and that is what replaces the relatively milder air for us on Monday to return to colder than average temperatures on Tuesday. So high pressure in control to start the weekend at least. Once the morning snow departs across southern New England, a lingering snow shower until midday to early afternoon on the Cape with an additional coating to an inch. Otherwise, the clouds increase. Sunday morning's quiet, Sunday afternoon's quiet, Sunday evening is doing all right. Although if you are traveling back to New England on Sunday, notice we do get a little burst of some pink here, some freezing rain and sleet at the onset across western New England, but most of it falls after kind of the 7, 8 o'clock time frame. We'll watch this closely as that warm front lifts northward. So we change to rain in most of central and southern New England. One concern on Monday morning is that there's still some colder air hanging on before it can get scoured out. So notice some pockets of sleet and freezing rain across the interior, central, northern New England. We'll get a burst of snow on the order of a couple of inches across northern Maine. But then we too, even in the valleys across western and northern New England, will make a changeover as the tail end comes in Monday afternoon and evening. Then the cold air snaps back in. So the upslope snow gets going in the mountains by Monday evening and night and continues on Tuesday with lake effect streamers as well. So a little early to give exact amounts for icing. That said, the biggest concern will be across the interior, and I'll highlight a couple of areas here, but notice the lighter pink indicates light icing that may occur. The one thing to keep in mind is that all you need is a trace of ice to really create some slick spots. So that would be Sunday night into Monday morning. Couple areas where we may get a little bit of moderate icing are across central Vermont, Plymouth back down to Weston, and then across west central New Hampshire as well. Places like Newbury up through New London and over Bristol, Bridgewater, and Grafton too, where we may get a little bit more, and that could cause some isolated outages. So we'll keep you posted on that. In the meantime, high temperatures Saturday running in the 20s to lower 30s from north to south. The wind is not a big issue this weekend. Saturday night, it does get cold though. Below zero in far northern New England, single digits through the interior, teens, 20s on the Cape is the relatively mild spot. But again, the wind should be generally less than 10 miles per hour. So no huge real added wind chill. Sunday's highs back to seasonable levels. Sun to start in the morning, increase in clouds, 20s north, 30s south. We wait until the late evening and overnight for some of that wintry mix to move in. Pats are at the Jets, by the way, Sunday afternoon down at MetLife Stadium. Around or just over 30 degrees. There'll be a bit of a gusty breeze that kicks in by later in the game, but I do think most of the precipitation would hold off until towards the end. Monday, highs in the 40s, so that's that push of relatively mild air that comes in, and we'll have some pockets that linger near freezing in northern New England. You see the pink too, so that's why there will be some pockets that have difficult travel Monday morning into the afternoon, particularly across northern Maine, where we accumulate a few inches of snow. And then Tuesday, we are all back into the freezer, teens and 20s for most, maybe 30 in far southern New England. But the wind is going to be gusty on Tuesday. So the wind chill will only be in the single digits and teens. I do anticipate some gusts around 40, 45 miles per hour. So that may result in some isolated pockets of damage or outages. You can track it all, of course, in our app. It is free, thousands of 5-star reviews, and tap to watch the stream on there too, which is up literally 24/7, anytime, anywhere. On your smart TV, open up the YouTube app and search 1 Degree Outside Network, always at 1degreeoutside.live if you're on a computer or a tablet as well. We'll keep you posted on everything, and we'll see you with Weekend Edition Saturday morning.